What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Omniheroes video. Before I start the video, guys, just want to really quickly say in the description there is a link to my personal Discord. If you are an Omniheroes player or a player of Street Fighter Duel or just gacha gaming in general and looking for a community to join, I'm building up my Discord again from scratch. You can be a member if you like with some perks for $1.99 on the YouTube channel, or you can just join the membership or the Discord for free and feel free to join a community full of gamers who are playing the same games as you. So again, in the description, you can join the Discord at any time. Feel free to do so if you're looking for a place to join a gaming family. Now, outside of that, this video is actually going to be about something that will either be available to you soon or it's a faraway system that you have to unlock once you hit level 45, and that is going to be the Rune system. Now, the reason why I want to touch base on what this is all about is because it does require some preparation on your end, and I want to show you guys the units that are really good for these fights, as well as what is expected of you as a player to build in order to take advantage of the system. So, first off, let's talk about what is the Rune system. So once you hit account level 45, you will unlock this system, and it is at the far end of all of your talents, your Valkyries, synergy, all your synergies, and then lastly called runes right here. Okay, so this system here is going to require you to build a few different runes in order to unlock specials, and then lastly unlock your monarch rune synergy. Okay, this is going to be the biggest part of it here. Now, the way you unlock the system itself, like I mentioned, is hitting level 45. So it is important, guys, to note that your speed up battles are going to matter quite a bit to EXP, and the sooner you unlock these, the more you're going to benefit from a power perspective, okay? Now, the system does run off of these something called rune stones, okay? Just so you guys are aware, you can see here the quantity is 222, and they can be purchased here with the packs at 649, which is not bad. It can also be just farmed through the actual bosses. So once you unlock this system, I'll show you guys how it works, okay? You will go to the wilderness, and you're going to go to something brand new called the Celestial Trials. Click on that, and you're going to have every few days, you're going to have a few bosses that you can fight. Now, for this one here this week, or at least as of today at least, you can fight the Bloodhell Queen and the Northern Duke. And what happens here is when you fight these bosses, they will start having different floors right here, and you get different rewards for completing different floors. The floors will drop certain specific items. So for example, you'll get yourself rune stones, and then eventually you'll get yourself some woodland DPS runes that are uncommon. And as you go up, you'll see you'll get some woodland DPS that are rare, and then some epic ones, and then you'll get yourself some legendary ones as you progress through the stages. Now you can see the floor rewards on 26 will give you some legendary DPS ones. Now the way it works is you're going to be given a specific amount of criteria to meet in order to do more DPS on the boss, and then you'll be able to choose yourself a selected bonus, whether you want to reduce the defense of the minions, whether you want to increase the attack of all allies, or if you want to reduce the defense of the main boss. The goal here, guys, is to beat the main boss. The minions are just there as a buffer and a filler for you guys to fight against, and they will damage you as well, obviously. So in the beginning, having defense off the minions is actually a pretty decent idea, especially with using Themis, because when she kills a minion, she'll instantly attack everybody with a mass AoE, and it usually can one-shot the boss. So in the beginning, Themis is going to be one of the better units to use specifically for this fight, especially with the reduction of the minions' defense by 50%. Okay, as you progress though, and you get further and further, these requirements become more and more. So for example, in the beginning here, it was 2 and 1. Okay, then eventually became 3 and 1, and then eventually became 3 and 2. Sorry, 3 and 2 here, and then eventually became 3, 2, and 1. As you can see here, as you progress through it, it gets bigger, and then more minions are added onto this. So the boss hires a mercenary, for example, which for example applies 10 stacks of increased attack on enemies, and then gives people an additional added boss, right? Like it's pretty much a mini boss on the map. Now the intel here will tell you how the boss works. Bloodhell Queen pretty much can revive her moths, recommended synergy of the Valenters, and then attacks all enemies dealing 200% damage, attacks all enemies dealing 500% damage every 4 rounds, and then revives minions at the start of each round, restoring 50% of their max HP. So again, the goal here is to kill her. So I'm going to show you guys how this works. So you can see here I've cleared out all of these so far, and you can see the loot here drops as accordingly. So greens blues up till floor 7, and then purples up to floor 11, and then 11 starts doing epics, and then as soon as you hit floor 26, that's when all the legendary ones drop. So I've got a ways to go myself personally, but let me show you how this works out, okay? So here are my units. These are the ones that are going to be recommended, and they'll actually tell you which ones are. Now, as you can see here, I don't have enough for Justice Union, and I don't have enough for the Protectors. Now, these will be unlocked through the talent system, and I'll talk to you guys more about the talent system tonight, probably on a video as well too. Okay, so you guys understand how talents work and how they unlock additional traits and passive. So very important to note, the more of these you have, the bigger the bonuses, right? So if I were to be able to complete this, I get additional 400% defense for all allies, and then also additional for Dawnbringers and Celestials. And then if I had a Protector, it'd be 200% for all allies, including any Protectors in the team. But I don't have any of those, so keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the actual relics, you want to make sure the relics that you're using actually add up to what the boss is going to be. So in this case, I should probably actually end up using, let me see here, this one, and let's put in, yeah, let's put in this one. Okay, so I'll save that. The reason why you see that is because I have ethereal here, sorry. I have 3 Valenters, and 4 Valenters actually, and then 1 Celestial. So this is the only one that I filled up, which is 200 attack, and then additional increased attack of Valenter's energy by 600%. Now, the reason why this is so important is you want Themis to kill this Moth Archer, and then to AoE everything down with that kill. So let's see if this works out for me, okay? And then I'll show you guys how to equip them and what they do. So let's take a quick look. Okay, there's all my stuff added on. Okay. So see, she didn't kill there. That's a problem. So I actually should have put her up there. So let's do this one again. Okay, so you can see that it gets much more difficult, but I did kill the boss there. Oddly enough, I did kill the boss there. Okay, and then so you get these little exchange coins as well too as you complete them. Okay, so there's a couple purples there. Honestly, I didn't expect to do that, so I apologize, guys. Should have probably finished watching it, but now at least I understand. Here, let's do this actually. Let's try something else now. So we're gonna go. We have the minion defense now. We're gonna keep that there. We're gonna try to put Elune up there. Yeah, let's go with this and see if this will work a little better, okay? And here, I think we're gonna switch this up. We're gonna put the chainsaw in. Where's the chainsaw? Actually. Yeah, one sec. Let me figure this out real quick. What's the best thing to put in here? This is my highest one, right? In terms of damage. Relic damage to enemy with the lowest HP. Glorian. So no, we do. Hits all enemies. Mystifiers. Yeah, I guess we're gonna do this one. That probably makes the most sense right now. So let's try this out. Okay, we're gonna give this a go. So let's see if this will work this time. All right, we're gonna see if we can kill it. And I'll show you guys the other boss as well, just so you guys get an idea how they all differ, right? Okay, so here we go. So the goal here is to not have Themis die. You want to make sure she gets her final slash off on the revived moth. She's probably gonna kill this moth for sure. Okay, so there's that dead moth. Okay, now watch. So now the goal here is to actually connect her with final slash. She needs to connect. Okay, there you go. Now you'll see this AoE. There you go. And again. Right? And then you'll see this happen now. And this is why she's so powerful in this stage, right? It's because of that massive amount of AoE that she does with final slash. Unfortunately, didn't have enough to kill her off though there. So that's essentially the goal though, right? This is a little more too powerful for my floor, but I want to show you guys that one. Okay, so now let's go over to the next floor. So this is floor 14 for Bjorn. Now he requires malediction, and he requires mystifiers here, and then you require the opposite ends of a shadow arch and a celestial, and then the last one here you need a phantom synergy. So again, this is a little different. This one has reduction on main boss, same thing there, increase the attack of all allies, and then reduce dodge of boss clones by 50%. Now this one's a little tougher in my opinion. Okay, you can see here the boss has, I'm using Minotaur, Thalos, and Emily as my main DPS. Here you actually want to focus on killing the main boss, which is Bjorn here, and you can see he has 2 phantoms and a guardian. Okay, so same thing with this fight. The opponents have high dodge, so it's really tough to kill them off quickly. But Emily here is my main DPS for this fight specifically. Okay, so watch what happens. So increased defense, you can see that. So really you don't want to focus on the actual minions. You want to focus on somehow killing off the main boss. And you'll see Emily's going to be your main DPS. So I think maybe not positioning her in the middle might be a better idea. But because positioning her there, she does that right there, right? That AoE. And you can see their dodge is super high. This is why you have that option of the dodge to reduce the dodge, right? So essentially keep going until the boss obviously gets killed. The corrosiveness is very important here. Then that's the purpose of having Emily here, to cause that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Yeah, see that one shot right there is pretty tough. So I'm gonna fast forward this. I'm gonna switch her up in positions. Okay, we're gonna switch up positions for her, just so you guys get an understanding how this works. Let's actually swap these two out here. I want to see what happens. Put Thalos here actually. I'll fast forward the fight to see what the results are. Okay, just so you guys can kind of see. So there you go, a little bit better there, to be honest. So let's see what happens if we just increase everyone's attack. Actually, let's see if this makes any difference in terms of results. So not really there. Okay, so you guys can see, just play around with that and you'll figure it out. Now, what happens when you get them, right? What happens when you get the actual relics? So you go to your characters and you're going to equip the runes. Sorry, I call them relics, the runes. Runes onto your character. Now, if you equip enough of these purple ones, these rare ones, it'll actually unlock this trait here, okay, based on what you have equipped. So if you have this one here, before taking action, purifies pessimism from an ally, can only perform basic attacks and their attacks decrease by 30%. So this is pessimism. This is a debuff that will be purified. It rolls a thunderbolt each time Dorabella deals damage to an enemy. The target loses additional 1% of their max HP. Equip 4 Dorabella exclusive runes. So there's exclusive runes eventually for the characters. And then lastly, Erosive Thunderbolt Evolved, which is even more. You equip 4 of legendary runes and has to be her exclusive ones. Okay, so currently I have these ones here. So you can see here, Woodland Healing level 2. When equipped by a Woodland hero, increases own heal rate by 30%. Clearly, she's not a Woodland hero, right? So you just put the most powerful ones. These are the ones that you actually want. When equipped by an Empire hero, increases the crit damage by 20% in battle, etc. Right? Now, if you look through this, you can see here, I've got all of these are woodland ones, because unfortunately that's all that's unlocked for me right now. But I do have some demon ones here. For example, there's 2 demon ones right there. When equipped by demon heroes, increase own heal by 30% in battle. You can see here she has a bonus as well too. So you've got to pretty much mix and match and find the best ones that work. So here, this one here, for example, for her increases own crit damage by 20%, right? When equipped 4 of these, you increase attack also by 30%. So very important. And then as you level them up, when you enhance them all, right? For example, this, it'll enhance them. And when you equip new ones on there, it'll actually replace them just like it does with gear and keep the level for you. Now, it's important though to note that you do want to get the runes here as well too, the protector runes, for example, on these rune systems in order to unlock this last one here, which gives you additional bonuses to this rune synergy. Okay, so that's going to be your goal, is to find the proper runes for the right characters and equip them. Like, for example, if you look at Mastima's runes, right, he's got a couple demon ones on there, right? So that's important to note. And then to unlock the Enchanter's rune, I need to get the Enchanter runes for him in order to unlock that as well too. So these ones are going to be the legendary ones. So purples don't count, but the legendaries do, and the mythic ones do. Sorry, mythic. The legendary and the epic ones do. So epic right here, and then legendary, which are the red ones. All of those will actually enhance his powers. Okay, so keep that in mind. There we go. A couple more right there. More attacks. So just go through this, equip them on your proper units. Like, look, this guy's got all celestial here, or divine ones, I should say. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and for some reason he's only got let's see here. There we go. Divine dodge. Oh, that's why, because this is divine crit damage and this is divine dodge. So make sure when you are equipping these, they're of the same not rarity, but the same effect. So for example, this one's dodge, right? You can read it there. This one here is the scales, is going to be dodge as well. dodge as well. And this one here is crit damage with the sword. And this one here is the hammer, is the one with the healing. So remember that. Now, if you auto-equip, it's fine. It doesn't make a difference. But you can also unequip them whenever you feel like. So for now, you can just fill them up accordingly. And then once you start getting more and more of them, then you're going to have to mix and match and do the proper ones that make sense for your best teams and your best groups, okay? Again, we'll do a full-on video on talents next. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Remember, level 45, you're going to get a pretty massive power boost, so try to aim for that if you can. Use your fast, use your speed up for EXP gain, and try to get to 45 to push. That way you guys can push yourselves even further. If you look at the Wilderness and the Palace of Penrose, with ruins unlocked, I've actually been able to push the floor 776. I could probably push even further now. Let's see if it'll work. I'll do quick battle. You guys can kind of get an idea of where we can go here. Nope, so it's still lost. And if you try again, sometimes that'll happen. All right, guys, anyways, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.